What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Well, one brand that I haven't really found a lot of information on recently, or really hardly any reviews on, is going to be STIHL. Now, STIHL has been moving over to the battery-powered platforms for a couple of years now. I actually used to work for a STIHL dealer back in early 2020. We had some of the early battery-powered stuff coming out there. It was pretty interesting at the time to see some of that stuff. I knew a lot of other brands in early 2020 were also slowly coming with a lot of their outdoor power equipment. Now, when you look at reviews, if you go on YouTube right now and type in just STIHL battery-powered equipment, you're not really going to find a whole lot. I've seen some stuff from Machinery Nation and even less from maybe say like Project Farm, but other than that, I really just see some other lawn care companies are talking about it, but really no other larger reviewers that do power tools talk about the STIHL battery-powered stuff. So I got kind of doing some research on that. I wanted to look at what the current, lineup from STIHL looks like right now. And I will say I'm a little bit disappointed with what STIHL is doing. Now, I'm not going to compare STIHL to any other brand. I actually don't even own any STIHL equipment anymore myself. It's a fantastic brand for a lot of professionals. I'm talking about the gas stuff. I really can't say much about the battery-powered stuff. But from doing some research, check out the reviews, check out their current products. Their lineup is, I guess the best way I can put it, is very confusing, to put it nicely. Looking at the lineup, we look at their battery-powered systems. They offer 4 different battery-powered systems, which is not a great thing. If we look at brands like Ryobi, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita, they offer a maximum of 2 different battery lines. Makita has LXT, XGT, Ryobi has 18 volt, 40 volt, Milwaukee has currently, they have some 12 volt stuff, very limited outdoor power tools, but most of it's only going to be in the M18 line. So STIHL offering 4 different battery powered lines is not the greatest. So looking at that first battery powered line, the AS battery powered system, this one has gotten me a little confused here. This is going to be like an M12 style battery pack here. They only offer 2 tools in this line, and they only offer 1 battery and 1 charger. So it's basically 4 items total in that entire line. It's kind of like, what's the point of this line? That one's kind of interesting. Moving on to the next line, the AI battery line. This is just a bad idea. I don't know who anyone is looking for an integrated battery into a tool. So there is no battery that you can just snap in and snap out like literally every other brand offers. It's an integrated battery in the tool. So, I mean, if you guys think differently, leave me a comment below, but I have never seen anyone want an integrated battery into a tool. If you forget to charge the battery's dead, and you still got more work to do. It's not just swap a battery, it's plug the entire thing back in and wait. Honestly, that's not a great idea. Now, moving on to the AK homeowner line. The naming is a little interesting here because you got to be cautious when brands name lines. They call a line, like regular brushless stuff, and we move on to the professional series. We move on to say words like commercial. That definitely attracts people who are definitely looking for a better built item. If I see something that says, commercial grade, and then I see something that just says, this is the regular tool, I would easily gladly pay another $100, $200 to go up to commercial grade. I know it's going to be tougher, last longer. It's designed for heavier duty use. So calling an entire lineup of tools here just the homeowner tools is not very intriguing or very promising to a lot of buyers and people that are looking at power tools. That's just from my opinion, talking to people that I know that buy tools for maybe their home or their business or just DIY. That kind of seems to be the case, is you kind of want to go for that higher end. Milwaukee does a fantastic job calling things M18 fuel. You want to go for that higher level of performance there. But anyways, on the AK line, there's only 11 tools, there is 3 batteries, and there is only 1 charger. Now, this is where things get a little shaky in this line, is looking at some of these reviews, especially on the chargers. The reviews are not very hot here. And it's not like the pricing is very low in this line either. You're in very competitive pricing to a lot of stuff from like Ryobi 40 volt, DeWalt, and Makita LXT. You can pick up the exact same tools in a different brand, and you can be pretty well set to go there. But the reviews are kind of up and down there a little bit. And then the last brand there, the AP Professional. This is kind of the line that I really thought things would be really shining here. We're going to see a lot of really cool, battery tools. I only found about 40 items in there total, and 5 of those are batteries and 3 of those are chargers. So not a huge amount of tools, and oddly enough, there's only 2 lawnmowers. So I'm sure you're thinking, hey, why am I saying all this? I don't sound very positive about STIHL right now. Well, from talking with some of the lawn care guys that I know one guy who started his own company doing lawn care, and he went entirely battery powered. Now, the brand he chose was Ego. He's got multiple riding mowers, he's got multiple chainsaws, multiple string trimmers, he's got edgers, he's got literally every single tool, including backpack blowers that STIHL's even offer in a battery-powered option. He's got them all in Ego. Ego offers a great warranty, and he's able to do every single job that any guy that has all gas tools can do. Whereas I'm surprised that years later, that when STIHL created these battery-powered platforms, we're not seeing riding mowers from STIHL just yet. If you are in some of the lines, I know Toro is making a battery-powered riding mower, as well as DeWalt has one. If you've seen that photo of the DeWalt on fire, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I feel like the line is rather missing, and it's even more confusing than it sounds, calling these lines AI, AK, AP. Do we need 3 lines for basically homeowner grade stuff that are totally different batteries? Absolutely not. I would never buy something like that that has so many different batteries. Already with brands like Makita, where we have LXT and XGT, that's already a bit of a little fussy to me, having 2 different lines of batteries for the same brand. But honestly, 4 lines of batteries I think is just madness. Honestly, it's just way too many. There's no reason they couldn't have gone to a slide pack battery system like DeWalt, Milwaukee's doing, and basically offering all those same tools in basically the same battery platform. So, as of course we see a lot of these battery-powered platform wars here heat up, it kind of begs the question is, who's going to really come out on top? And I honestly have no idea. I can't really give my recommendation other than to Ego, who has just the most complete line right now. But of course, that can always change. If DeWalt or Milwaukee comes out with a full line of new tools, say in the next month or two, that can totally turn the tables here when it comes to outdoor power tools. We are always seeing new stuff released. But one more question I had is, I saw this ad that STIHL did, and I thought that was really odd, that they're almost kind of bragging a bit, that saying, hey, we're not at Home Depot, we're not at Lowe's. That doesn't seem like a good thing to me. Now, from my house, I've got 2 STIHL dealers relatively close. I've got one before I hit Home Depot and Lowe's, and I've got one just after. The closest one to me is an Ace Hardware, and they carry a pretty complete line of tools, but of course not all the tools that they have on the website for the battery-powered tools. Now, not having things at Home Depot and Lowe's is fine. They do offer a lot of advantages with STIHL because they have service techs on hand. They have great sales staff when it comes to STIHL. I think STIHL really nails that, the whole sales experience. There's actually people there that know what they're talking about and know what tool you need, and they're going to give you suggestions based on the STIHL line that are going to help you with your whatever yard or job you need to get done. It's going to be a far superior experience to, I would say, Lowe's or Home Depot. However, though, the inaccessibility of those tools, I mean, how often do I go to a STIHL dealer, is quite rare. When it comes to outdoor power tools now, I just kind of order my stuff from, say, Acme Tools or Home Depot or Lowe's. If it's not in stock, and I'll just go pick it up. I kind of just need the tool right now. I need something close, and I need to be in a battery line that I actually currently have that isn't just useful for outdoor power tools. That's kind of the one weakness to Ego is, of course, their batteries are going to be more powerful, larger, longer runtime, but those batteries aren't useful for any tools that are for like handheld. Whereas like DeWalt, Milwaukee, Makita, you can pretty much pick up a complete system of tools, drills, impacts, SDS hammers, saws, lawnmowers, chainsaws, blowers, string trimmers, and be ready to rock and roll with pretty much everything around your house. Why should I have to go to an entirely different line of tools for an outdoor power tool line? So that's kind of where you need to decide. Do you want to go to more a dedicated outdoor power tool line, or would you like to kind of stick with all in the same battery platform? Because now it's entirely possible. You can pick up a DeWalt 20 volt max drill and use that exact same battery in your string trimmer and in your lawnmower. You can have the entire battery system be all the same for all of your tools. It's totally possible now. So it's going to get interesting as we see more and more tool lines come out with stuff. But from what I'm seeing with STIHL, it's just kind of confusing to me because their gas stuff is so good. Everyone raves about it. I see pretty much every single lawn guy I see is running something STIHL, if not his entire trailer is STIHL. But do I think that's going to continue into the battery-powered stuff? From what I'm seeing right now, unfortunately, I don't think I can see that happening. I can see a lot of guys going over to Ego, maybe Makita XGT, but I don't think we're done seeing all the players there just yet. I think there's going to be other tool brands that are definitely going to bump it up into that battery category of that professional grade, and we're going to start maybe seeing other brands come out there. Now, one thing to note though is that brands like STIHL, because they're so based on that service model, they make a lot of their money on a lot of the parts and expenses from repairing gas-powered power tools. But when it comes to cordless tools, they are almost maintenance-free and they rarely have issues. I will say in my probably 5 or 6 years now running cordless battery-operated tools from DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Makita, I've got probably $100 to $150 total in parts and repairs. That's over the course of a full 5 years using them for my own house and professionally on commercial things. So that's pretty impressive. That's a lot of times maybe a month or two for a professional guy. Of course, they're gonna use it much more heavier than I am, but even for me as just a homeowner, that's fantastic over the course of 5 years. Not being able to, I'm pretty much just buying string, buying a new mower blade every year or so for my mower, and that's about it. There's no gas, there's no changing oil, there's no filters, it's just easy. I'm not even gonna count the batteries, because let's not even count the fuel. If we take out the fuel and we take out the batteries at both these, we're pretty much still at battery is going to be a way better choice. Of course, there's going to still be things that gasoline is going to be still a better thing for, especially larger chainsaws. There is no battery option for those just yet. So, in conclusion, guys, it's going to be really interesting to see as we get into more battery-powered tools in the next coming few years here. So are we going to see more stuff from STIHL? I'd really like to see STIHL really kick it up a notch here, make this way less confusing, make it way simpler, and just give me better tools. That's kind of what I'm looking for. It's interesting just how few people are reviewing STIHL tools, and I don't think I've actually ever seen anyone use a STIHL battery-powered tool really anywhere right now. I don't have any neighbors that use them. I haven't seen any commercial guys that use them, any job sites I've been on. I haven't really seen them at all, and the reviews are rare and hard to find right now anyways. So guys, that's all I've got for you today. Leave a comment below what you guys think about STIHL so far, or really any battery power line right now. And stay safe out there, guys. Take care. Have a great day.